I was disowned by my entire family after being falsely accused of sleeping with my cousin's fiancée. Now, the truth has finally come to light. Alex was wrongly accused of sleeping with his cousin Ethan's fiancée, Chloe, on their wedding day. How did my life even become this? Seriously, I still can't wrap my head around it. My family disowned me. My friends turned their backs. I even got banned from my favorite pub. And I swear, I didn't do anything to deserve it. Let me back up. I'm Alex, and this is the living nightmare that started about 3 months ago. I was honored to be a groomsman for my cousin Ethan, who was about to marry Chloe. Chloe and I had been close friends since we were toddlers playing in sprinklers. On the wedding day, I was busy directing guests to their seats when Ethan suddenly stormed in, dragging a group of groomsmen and other people behind him, all looking furious. Ethan looked at me and growled, "Alex." Before I could even reply, bam! A punch landed square on my face. Then, bam, bam, more punches. He was yelling while hitting me. "How could you do this? I know everything." The other groomsman finally yanked him off me, but my mind was spinning. What was happening? What did I do? They kicked me out of the venue and I ended up at a clinic, lips swollen, nose bleeding, left eye turning black and blue. The doctor asked if I wanted to press charges. All I wanted was an answer. Then I got a text from my dad. "Wedding's off. You have till the end of the day to get your stuff out of the house." I hadn't lived with my parents for months, but I still kept some things there. The text felt like another punch to the gut. I rushed to their house, desperate for answers. They kicked me out of the venue and I ended up at a clinic, lips swollen, nose bleeding, left eye turning black and blue. The doctor asked if I wanted to press charges. All I wanted was an answer. Then I got a text from my dad. "Wedding's off. You have till the end of the day to get your stuff out of the house." I hadn't lived with my parents for months, but I still kept some things there. The text felt like another punch to the gut. I rushed to their house, desperate for answers. When I walked in, my parents and siblings glared at me like I was a criminal. That's when I found out what I was accused of: sleeping with Chloe, Ethan's fiancée. I was stunned. I denied it immediately, but no one listened. My brother tossed a bag of my stuff at my feet and slammed the door behind me. "Get out. Don't ever come back." I was completely lost. I tried calling Ethan, but he'd blocked my number. Anyone else in the family either yelled at me or hung up. I finally called Chloe. The first call was chaos. We both yelled and blamed each other, but once we calmed down, it was clear something wasn't right. We were both set up, but we had no idea who was behind it or why. We decided not to meet in person to avoid making things worse. Instead, we pieced things together by text and email, but we kept hitting dead ends. Everyone just knew we were having an affair, but whenever we asked for proof, no one had any. When I finally got Ethan on the phone, he demanded proof that I hadn't slept with Chloe. I was speechless. My family cut me off. Friends turned their backs. Even my favorite cafes and bars refused to serve me. Ethan had connections everywhere and he made sure I felt it. Chloe's life fell apart too. Her family disowned her. Her friends vanished. Her co-workers made her life miserable. I couldn't take it anymore. I told Chloe I was leaving this dead-end town. She agreed. We went our separate ways and started over in different states. 5 years later, it's been 5 years since that day. 5 years since Ethan's almost wedding, and the lie that destroyed so much. For a while, I begged my family to believe me, but eventually I realized it was pointless. So I left it all behind. Chloe went through the same hell. Disowned by her family, forced to start over. We stayed in touch, but only through social media and the occasional call. She was the only one who truly understood what I'd been through. For the past 3 years, I've been with Olivia, an incredible woman. I told her everything, every painful detail about Chloe and what happened. To my surprise, even though they've never met, Olivia and Chloe get along. They both love the Hunger Games. Every other week they hop on Zoom together with wine and snacks, talking about books and life. Olivia and I are going to Chloe's wedding next month. The first time I'll see her in 5 years. I have big plans too. I'm going to propose to Olivia. Not at the wedding. I'd never overshadow Chloe's day, but soon after. Then the past came knocking. Last week, a ghost from that life reappeared. Olivia was working from home. She often does when she wants to avoid traffic. Around lunchtime, she called me. Her voice was shaky. She'd come home from lunch to find a note taped to our door. "We need to talk. I'll be back tonight." No signature, but my name was on our mailbox, so we knew it was for me. Olivia was terrified. She locked every door and stayed inside all day. I rushed home from work. That night we stayed up, waiting. Olivia even kept a baseball bat by the couch. I didn't think we'd need it, but I didn't say anything. No one came. For 2 days, there was nothing, just an eerie silence. Then, on the third evening, the doorbell rang. I opened the door and there he was, Ethan. He looked exhausted, like he hadn't slept in days, and reeked faintly of alcohol. "Hey, Alex," he said, voice raspy. "Long time no see." I didn't want to let him in. The last time I'd seen him, he nearly smashed a beer glass in my face. "Ethan, won't you invite me in?" Me, "No, that's not happening." "Ethan, fair enough. I came to apologize. I know the truth now. Me, I accept your apology. Goodbye. I started closing the door. Ethan, wait, you're not going to let me explain? Me, not really. An explanation would have been nice then, before you destroyed my life. What good does it do now? Ethan, fair point. But I want to apologize to Chloe too. Can you give me her contact info? Me, I could, but I won't. Ethan, come on. Alex, I just want to say sorry. Me, I'll tell her you're trying to reach out. If she wants to talk, she'll find you. Until then, stay away from her. I shut the door. Through the door, I heard him shout, unblock your mother. She wants to talk to you. I didn't answer. Instead, I sat with Olivia and told her everything. We agreed the first thing to do was call Chloe. She was stunned but made it clear she didn't want Ethan getting her number. I promised he never would. A few days later, I unblocked my mom's number long enough to send one text. Heard you want to talk. She called immediately. I let it ring and texted back. Text only. No calls. She wrote, we know you spoke to Ethan. We want you to come home. Me, I am home. Her, you know what I mean. We want to apologize. Come back to the family. Me, I accept your apology. But I'm staying here. Her, we just want to make things right. Me, I'll think about it. Goodbye. Maybe that sounded cold, but when the people who are supposed to love you throw you away like garbage, it changes you. Right now, I'm not ready to let my old life crash into the life I've built. Olivia, Chloe, her fiancé, and I are all on the same page. For now, the past stays in the past. Closure. Chloe's wedding was beautiful, exactly what she deserved. After a lot of long talks, I decided to return to my hometown once more to face my family. I needed to close that door properly. When I walked in, my mother tried to hug me. I stopped her. Before anyone could speak, I pulled out my phone, turned on the speaker, and said, Chloe's on the line. She's listening. If she wants to speak, she will. If she wants to leave, she will. Her choice. Chloe's father frowned. Why isn't she here? I looked him in the eye. Because she told me last week she doesn't feel safe. Can you blame her? Ethan didn't just punch me that day. He hit her too, without giving her a chance to defend herself. The room went silent. They started explaining what had happened. 2 years after the scandal, Ethan married Megan, the bridesmaid I'd noticed alone at the wedding. Their marriage was a mess. During one fight, Megan slipped up and confessed she'd made up the lie about Chloe and me. She'd told Ethan she saw us together, with no proof, just to break them up. Everyone believed her because no one thought Ethan would ruin his own wedding without a good reason. No one thought to ask me or Chloe for the truth. And now that the truth was out, they wanted to apologize, make things right, and bring us back into their lives. I sat there for a moment. Then I looked at Megan. So you destroyed Chloe's life to get Ethan for yourself? Built your happiness on lies? How does it feel knowing it was all fake? I turned to Ethan. We grew up together. You and Chloe were my family. And instead of coming to us, you just believed her lies and tore our lives apart. How could you? Then I looked at my parents and Chloe's. You raised us. You knew us. And the second a rumor started, you didn't even ask us. You didn't give us a chance. You just threw us away. How could you do that? No one had an answer. I stood up. I know where I stand with all of you now. You made it clear 5 years ago that I wasn't worth a phone call or a conversation. Don't expect me to pretend nothing happened. I can't speak for Chloe. If she wants to forgive you, she'll reach out. But don't hold your breath. As for me, I'm done here. I'm going back to my real home, the life I built when you left me for dead. This could have been avoided if anyone had shown basic sense, but you didn't. So this is goodbye. I walked out, blocked them all again, called Chloe to make sure she was okay. We agreed. This was the end. We're done with them. A new beginning. As I drove away the next morning, I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Peace. I had closure. The truth was out. But the damage was done. Back home, Olivia was waiting for me. My real family. The ring was already hidden in my desk drawer. Soon, I'd ask her to marry me. I learned something through all this. Family isn't always blood. Sometimes it's the people who choose you and stand by you. No matter what, the truth will come out. Even if it takes years. And no matter what life throws at you, you can always stand back up and build something better. Thanks for reading. If you liked this story, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more real-life stories, because sometimes the truth really is stranger than fiction.